MC shot, you lit.
You ain't outside.
We gon' get it up. We gon' go hard, dog. We don't get enough. Put it on my God, shorty bad. Oh my God. This ain't no facade. Park that thing in her garage. And it got me leaning like a kickstand. Think I took too much, I could withstand. The way I put this shit together, can't nobody do it better. Peep them janky moves, but you thought that you was clever. But we gon' solve it later. Now let's get this paper.
What it do, man? Welcome to another episode of You Ain't Outside podcast. You know, hosted by me, you know. I just want to say thank y'all for always tuning in with me. You know what I mean? Showing me love, you know, like always. I appreciate y'all, you know what I mean? Got so much respect for y'all, so much love for y'all, you know. Because like I said, basically this podcast is just made, you know what I mean, to help, to inform, to discuss, to do everything that we do as humans, you know what I mean, for us to better ourselves, you know, and have good topics, you know what I mean, and just to love on each other, and just try to become the better version of ourselves, you know. So like I always start off with my healthy topic. I got a question for y'all. You know what I mean? It's just something simple, but it's not so simple. So the question is, do you believe in yourself? It's simple. Me, honestly, yeah, I believe in myself because I feel like I can do whatever I put my mind to, you know, with everything that I do, you know. When I first started making music, you know, I just did it. You know, I didn't have too many people I can. Well, it's like, honestly, I didn't have too many people around me that knew it. You know, like besides my uncles, you know, they've been doing music for a long time, so they was a big help. You know what I mean, for me to see. But I was never like inside. You know. I would always see it from like on the outside looking in, but I would see them like recording music sometimes or whatnot. But you know, I was like, I never really knew like the studio, like how to record and how to write, and you know, so you know what I mean. Shout out to one of my guys I grew up with, Stedman. You know what I mean. He actually the first one that got me writing. You know. Shit, so y'all, without him, it you know, it wouldn't be no Kane Money either, you know. So he was a big pivotal help in building that, you know what I mean. You know, we used to be you know what I mean, getting high at school and whatnot, and sometimes we would skip, you know, and like shit, we would be bored, you know. So he showed me how to write music in bar form. You know, and from there, shit, I started getting better at it, and start doing my thing. And then, you know, my uncle, my uncle and my auntie, you know, they hooked me up with the assist with Project Pat, you know, and I believe I've told the story before, you know, and then I did my thing, you know, so yeah, you know, so but I believed in myself. So just for instance, like the podcast thing. I ain't really know, you know. I went on YouTube. I started to look stuff up, and I just did what, you know. I just did it normally, you know what I mean. And I put my own spin to it, and shit, that was it, you know what I mean. So yeah, like I said, the question is, do you believe in yourself? You know, because if you believe in yourself, you can do whatever you put your mind to. You know, you just got to do it, you know. You know, so like I said, you know, just do it, you know. It's not hard at all. It don't take no rocket scientist, you know. This next topic, y'all know, is the entertainment part. So I got a question for y'all. What artists do you believe in their music? So when I say believe, it's like, do you actually feel what they rap, you know? it's a lot of artists, you know, that's out there that's like that, you know, and it's not all drug artists and drug music and shoot 'em up bang bang music that I believe, you know. I believe in artists that, you know what I mean, okay, it's some of them that's been through that shit, and you know, and that's why a lot of them in jail, you know. But then there's some artists that I believe because they telling their story and what they went through. So like I said, it's not always about selling drugs. That might be a part of it, but they speaking on just their life in general, you know. So you know, so like I said, it's a lot of artists that's out here that's like that. So y'all let me know what artists like do y'all actually believe in, and you know, in their life and in their story. And then I got another question too. Do you think artists should be so real? You know what I mean? Okay, let me rephrase that. Do you think artists should tell their truth? You know what I mean? So much that it gets them in trouble? I don't think so. You know what I mean? I think an artist, you know what I mean? Because back in the days, people used to make music and they would tell stories, but it wouldn't be their stories. You know, so that's what I want music kind of to get back to, because at the end of the day, we are here to feed our family. You know what I mean? And when you in jail, man, you can't feed your family. You know what I mean? So I would like for artists to make that kind of music, you know, that's not so much as some stuff could be real, but try to not put yourself in a position to where you get in trouble for doing it. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's really what I want, you know, because like I said, we artists is out here to make music and to feed their family. And you know, when they in jail, you can't feed your family, you know. So to all my artists out there, y'all lock in on that, and y'all just try to find different ways of you know what I mean, of making the content. You know, like you got like Denzel, he's an actor. He do so much great movies, you know what I mean, but like his character, you know, his character is his character. Like Denzel don't go home thinking he this and that, and you know what I mean, and one of his roles in his movies, you know what I mean. So that's what I like for the artists to do, you know what I mean. Like, so when you go in that booth, okay, you do your thing, but then when you come out of it, you know what I mean, just be a totally different person. You know, you could be from the street. You go in there, rap what you gotta rap, but don't be rapping shit that you know you done did and all that kind of stuff. And you know what I mean, because it ain't about that. You know what I mean? You make music, you know what I mean, that people can feel and that they can learn from, and motherfucker can hustle to, can vibe to, dance to, whatnot, and then move on from there. This next part of the podcast, you know, we got the you know the NBA standings, you know what I mean. So this is my sports part of the category, you know, because basketball damn near about the only thing that's on. But you know, we got college, we got the women's, we got the men's NCAA, you know. So March Madness is like right around the corner, so I'm gonna be speaking upon that too, for sure. Yeah, so like I said, you know, the NBA standings, you know, NBA standings. I'm gonna give y'all my top 5, you know, like I always do. And this is the East and the West.
Working on that. Something went wrong. Please try again.
NBA standings.
Here are the standings for the NBA from the current season.
And you know, so this is my top 5. We have the Boston Celtics. We got the Milwaukee Bucks. We got the Denver Nuggets. We got the Memphis Grizzlies. And we have the Sacramento Kings. That is my top 5 in the NBA standings for this week. You know, I want to say major shout out to the Sacramento Kings. You know, man, they had so many years that they weren't really doing their thing, you know, since like Chris Webber and them was there, you know, so for them to be back doing their thing is such a beautiful thing, you know what I mean? So yeah, you know, that's my top 5 of my NBA standings, you know what I mean? You know, y'all keep tuning in, you know, and I got y'all for next week, you know what I mean? For sure, you know what I mean? So yeah, on this next part, y'all know the category. This is my Off the Dome segment. Speaking of believing things and not believing, do you know how to spot the fake news from what's real? You know, a lot of people can't really do that shit, man. You know what I mean? They believe whatever somebody's saying and what somebody, you know what I mean? And that's the craziest and that's the scariest stuff, you know what I mean? Because if you can believe what anybody's saying and you know, and you can't really go into detail and search those facts, you know what I mean? You just blind, you know what I mean? Because anybody could be telling you anything, leading you any kind of way, and you could just believe it, and then shit, anything could happen off that, you know what I mean? So, you know, I just want people to understand that kind of shit, you know, and to, if you don't believe something, or if you do believe it, just do the research first, you know what I mean? And then from there, you can take it how you wanna, you know what I mean? So yeah, man, thank y'all for always tuning in to You Ain't Outside podcast, you know what I mean? Like I always say, man, if you ain't outside, man, where you at?
We gon' get it up. We gon' go hard, dog. We don't get enough. Put it on my God, shorty bad. Oh my God. This ain't no facade. Park that thing in her garage. And it got me leaning like a kickstand. Think I took too much, I could withstand. The way I put this shit together, can't nobody do it better. Peep them janky moves, but you thought that you was clever. But we gon' solve it later. Now let's get this paper. Cause we ain't worried about shit. Now let's get this paper. Shorty say I'm too much, fam, them too tough. When you get them blues up, then you make them rules up. Whoa.